All right, guys, welcome to the channel. I know the last video I did, it gained a lot of traction. The Doug DeMuro video and how he was wrong about the IS350 and the Lexus slash Toyota, or I guess Toyota slash Lexus V6, the 3.5 liter V6. This video, I am going to do something a little bit different because I know it's kind of hot on my mind and a lot of people gave me some good feedback from the last video. I'm going to talk about the Lexus V8 that is currently in the LC500 sports car and the RCF. And obviously it was in the GSF sedan, but they discontinued that. But anyways, to start off, naturally aspirated. I talked about this in the last video. The Lexus 5-liter V8 is naturally aspirated, and there's only a handful of cars left that are performance cars that are naturally aspirated. Obviously, you have the American Muscle, the Camaro, the Mustang, the Dodge Challenger, the Charger. They still have naturally aspirated engines, but almost every other manufacturer from Italy and from Germany, like Mercedes-AMG, BMW M, Audi RS, have all gone turbocharged. But the biggest reason I really think Lexus has stayed naturally aspirated is because they know enthusiasts want it. Now, enthusiasts always say, oh, well, we love naturally aspirated, big displacement, you know, no replacement for displacement. We like big naturally aspirated engines. And that's what Lexus is giving you ultimately, is a big naturally aspirated engine. 5-liter displacement is a big engine. And, you know, in a world of, you know, 4-liter twin turbo V8s, 2-liter 4-cylinders, 3-liter 6-cylinders, it's glad, and I'm happy, and I know Lexus, they're standing out from the crowd. The 5-liter V8 may not produce a huge amount of power, but it's got a huge amount of character. And in a growing field of small turbo engines, it's nice to have something that's different. And a lot of people might say, well, the engine's 10 years old. They say the same thing about Jaguars. You know, the 5-liter V8 is 10 years old, you know, it's ancient engine. But why? Here's my question to the people who say that, is why replace something that works and something that's good? And who cares if the engine's 10 years old or 20 years old in this case? Or not in this case, but with the V6, who cares if it's 15, 20 years old, you know, or 10 years old with the V8? It's a good engine. It produces good power, reliable power, sounds excellent, and it has a ton of character. The list is going to be reliability. I'm not going to hit this too much, but one thing is, you know, some people say, well, you know, critics, you know, people who buy the C63, the M3, the RS5, the, you know, the newer ones with the turbochargers, they'll say, you know, reliability, that's such, you know, grandpa, you know, reliability is so, you know, I don't worry about reliability when I buy a sports car. But here, think about this. Reliability is such an important factor, just because if you buy a C63 and after 3-4 years it's in the shop, you're spending thousands of dollars on only a 3-year-old car, it's in the shop, the engine's falling apart, you have coolant leaks, you have all, you know, the list of, you know, issues that these cars are known for. And I mean, what good is it having the sports car or these engines that make 600-700 horsepower if they're always in the shop and they don't last past the warranty period? Next is going to be the sound. The 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 sounds excellent, especially with the GT House Meisterschaft CATBACK exhaust. It sounds unbelievable. It's excellent. It sounds great compared to the German rivals like C63, the RS5, which is now a 6-cylinder. They've really lost their character, and they definitely don't sound as good because of those turbochargers. It's really one of those engines that sounds unbelievable with an aftermarket exhaust. Stock, you know, they're not very loud, they're not much, so I would definitely do an aftermarket exhaust if I did get a GSF, an RCF, or an LC500. And to wrap up this video, the 5-liter V8 is one of those engines that I feel like is definitely not gonna, and Lexus has said it, they're, you know, the successor to the 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 is going to be a turbocharged, smaller, downsized V8. And ultimately, you know, it's not going to have as much character, but ultimately Lexus is doing that because they need to get a little bit more power. Right now, it's only making, I have the number right here, 467 horsepower, which is not that much. But honestly, for me, I would trade the numbers for the character of the engine, the sound of the engine, the reliability. The 5-liter V8 will hold up for years. You could have that, you know, for 5, 6, 7 years, not have an issue if you keep up with maintenance and if you take care of the engine and ultimately the drivetrain. So ultimately, you're you know, you're not even paying a lot. You know, the GSF, the RCF, they're less than the German counterparts, and you're not getting as much horsepower, but you're getting a lot more character. You're getting a bigger displacement engine, and you're getting an engine that ultimately will last, will hold up past the warranty period, you know, unlike the German cars. And the German cars, the C63, well, even the new, the Maseratis, or all the Maserati stands, the Quattroporti, the Ghibli, they're all turbocharged. They're not going to last. And you're ultimately going to be paying a lot in the long run to maintain those engines and to keep them in good standing ultimately, just because turbocharged engines are known to be unreliable in the long run. So thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next video.